sister's gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land. The blues project is called Break Blues, and the break is for break beats, like hip-hop break beats, and the blues is blues. The idea is a hip-hop approach to making blues. So we're using drum machines, we're using sampling, we're trying to get the more a rougher sound. Think of like RZA production. So my background is as a kind of a rock and ska and reggae bass player, and then I went to school for music and learned classical stuff and improvisation, and I was in a band at the end of the 90s with close friends and the woman who's now my wife, and playing with that kind of family band, that making music with people that you are already close with was really the best kind of feeling I've ever really experienced. But I would like to bring that feeling into other projects. So I want to work with people that I really connect with on a personal level and on an artistic level, and then make that family feeling in the music. There's a few different people that I'm hoping to work with, and then I've a kind of a long list of people I've always wanted to collaborate with that I haven't had a chance to collaborate with. Acrobatic is working on the project with me and with some other folks. When I was running my hip hop label, he was a real big inspiration because he was so independent and pushed back against labels. I mean, in addition to being just a really sick MC and having some of the best crowd control I've ever seen, he's just like really inspiring. And at the time, I never would have dreamed of working with him or even asking. And now that that's going to be happening, it's pretty exciting. That's one piece of it. Another piece is working with Stephanie McKay. She's an amazing soul singer. She grew up in the Bronx, right at the time that hip hop was coming around. She's got deep experience with the neo soul movement. She's worked with Talib Kweli and a lot of the neo soul folks from Philadelphia, and Tricky and Roy Hargrove, and she's just incredibly down to earth. Not to like get hokey, but it does feel like the universe is pointing in a specific direction, and that I'm on that path, and there's a bunch of other people that are crossing that path. It just seems like if you pay attention, you know you're doing the right thing. We're absolutely interested in writing new material. We are interested in reworking older material, both stuff that was written by, specific people, classic blues material, but also traditional stuff where it's old enough that no one really knows who wrote it. There's this amazing song, Daniel in the Lion's Den, which is, I actually heard it first by Raffi, the children's singer, and I was like, oh my God, I'm having a strong reaction to something that Raffi did. But you know what, that guy, he's got soul. He really does. So I started trying to find other recordings of that, and there's a bunch of amazing recordings of it. And one of the recordings is a recording that was made by Alan Lomax. And Alan Lomax, I won't get into the political aspect of the recording, but what he did was he got the Library of Congress to fund him going to all these places, including the South and the Mississippi Delta and all of these different locations, and recording real folk music and real blues and real country music and documenting it for the Library of Congress. And when he died, he made all of that music available without license charge to the public. So we have this huge amount of it's a raw material that we can make music out of. So from a sampling standpoint, we have some of the most amazing music out there. Those recordings are available. They're considered to be the public domain, so we can use them in any way we want and give credit where credit's due and make it the beginning of a piece of music. And that taking a sample from something that you love and paying homage to it, that is what hip-hop is all about to me. It's about making new art with something that you love in a very specific way. It used to be I was inspired by Mozart, so I was going to use some little Mozart trills when I was playing. Now we can actually take a chunk of that music and stick it into something new. And that's kind of part of what I'm trying to get at in the Break Blues project, is to get the blues aspect and some of the gospel and bringing in a little bit of the flavor of that schoolyard cipher with some kids freestyling, some kids beatboxing, and making music that way, and that kind of small group connectedness. I really would like it if we can have some of that come through bigger productions. So starting off with a gospel number and adding voices and adding bass, and then a drum kit and some 808s and whatever, and making it into a full-fledged production. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for the project.